There's a creature lurking in the depths. It's a true monster of the freshwater world. Long, powerful, covered in a camouflage of greens and yellows. Its mouth is filled with rows of needle-sharp teeth. This is the northern pike, the water wolf. And honestly, there is no greater thrill than hunting it on the fly. Forget gentle sips from trout. This is a visceral, heart-pounding pursuit. When a pike strikes your fly, it isn't a nibble, it's an explosion. A violent, sudden ambush that sends a jolt straight up your arm and into your very soul. This is a predator. It commands respect. The appeal of fly fishing for these magnificent beasts is primal. It connects us to the raw, untamed nature of the underwater world. You are not simply dangling bait and waiting for a bite to register on a bobber. You are actively hunting. You are casting a large, flashy fly that imitates a struggling baitfish, making it dance and flutter through the water. You are trying to trigger a predatory instinct that has been honed over millions of years. It's a chess match between you and a perfectly evolved hunter. Every cast is a question posed to the dark water, and the answer can come at any moment with breathtaking ferocity. Imagine standing on the edge of a reed bed. The water is calm, a mirror reflecting the sky. You make a long cast, sending your fly towards a promising-looking drop-off. You begin to strip the line, bringing the fly to life. Suddenly, a dark shape detaches from the shadows. A wake appears, accelerating towards your fly like a torpedo. Your heart hammers against your ribs. The water erupts as the pike engulfs your offering. The line goes tight, and the rod bends double. This is the moment. This is the addiction. This is why we chase these river monsters. Pursuing pike on a fly rod strips fishing down to its most exciting elements. It's a visual game. Often you see the follow. You see the strike. The entire drama unfolds right before your eyes. This isn't just fishing. It's a spectacle. It demands your full attention and rewards it with unparalleled adrenaline. It's a challenge that tests your casting, your nerve, and your equipment. Catching a pike on the fly is more than just a notch in your belt. It's a story etched into your memory, a tale of a face-to-face encounter with one of freshwater's most formidable predators. To face the water wolf, you must come prepared. This is not a task for your lightweight trout gear. You need equipment that can handle a powerful, thrashing fish and cast large, wind-resistant flies. Your primary weapon is the fly rod. Look for a 9-foot rod in an 8, 9, or even 10 weight class. This provides the backbone needed to fight a big pike and the power to punch those big flies through the wind. A heavier rod ensures you can control the fish and bring it to the net quickly, which is better for both you and the animal. Don't show up to a gunfight with a knife. Your fly reel is your next crucial component. While many think of it as just a line holder in freshwater, for pike, it needs to have a decent drag system. A large pike can make powerful surging runs, and a smooth drag will prevent the line from snapping under the sudden pressure. You need a large arbor reel, which helps you pick up line quickly when a fish runs back towards you. It should be balanced with your heavy rod, creating a comfortable setup for a long day of casting. Remember, a cheap reel with a sticky drag is a recipe for a lost monster. The fly line itself is what delivers your offering. For most situations, a weight-forward floating line matched to your rod weight is the perfect all-around choice. It helps turn over those bulky flies and keeps them in the upper part of the water column where pike often hunt. In deeper or colder water, an intermediate or sinking tip line might be necessary to get your fly down to where the fish are lurking. The key is to present the fly at the right depth, and having the correct line is essential for achieving that successfully. Finally, and most importantly, you need a wire leader. A pike's mouth is a formidable arsenal of razor-sharp teeth that will slice through standard monofilament or fluorocarbon leader in an instant. A steel or titanium wire tippet, typically 12 to 18 inches long and rated for at least 20-pound test, is non-negotiable. This connects your fly to your main leader and is your only defense against a clean bite-off. Also essential are long-nosed pliers or forceps for safely unhooking the fish and a large rubber-meshed net to land it without causing harm. Finding pike is about understanding their nature. They are ambush predators. They don't roam open water looking for a meal. Instead, they hide, they wait, and they watch. They use structure and cover as their hunting blinds. Therefore, your mission is to identify these likely ambush points. Look for weed beds, lily pads, and submerged logs. These are classic pike territories. The edges of these weed lines are prime hunting grounds, as pike will lie just inside the cover, waiting for an unsuspecting baitfish to swim by in the open water. Think like a predator to find a predator. Another key feature to search for is a drop-off. Pike love changes in depth. They will often sit in the deeper water, looking up into the shallows for an easy meal silhouetted against the bright surface. Casting your fly onto the shallow shelf and retrieving it back over the deep water can be an incredibly effective tactic. Look for points of land that extend into the water, underwater humps, or the mouths of feeder creeks. These transitions create natural funnels for baitfish and, consequently, perfect hunting spots for pike. Pay close attention to your surroundings. The water tells a story. Don't overlook man-made structures. Docks, bridge pilings, and rock riprap can hold big fish. These structures provide shade and cover, breaking the current and creating eddies where pike can rest and wait. They are magnets for smaller fish seeking shelter, which in turn makes them a reliable restaurant for a hungry pike. Casting parallel to these structures, trying to get your fly as close as possible without snagging, can often provoke a savage strike from a fish hiding in the shadows. Always be observant, because the best spots are not always the most obvious ones. The time of year and weather also play a huge role. In the spring, after the spawn, pike move into shallow, warming bays to feed aggressively. During the heat of summer, they may retreat to deeper, cooler water or seek the shade of thick vegetation during the brightest parts of the day. Overcast, windy days are often better than bright, calm ones. The wind creates a chop on the surface, which breaks up the light, making the pike feel more secure and emboldened to hunt. These so-called bad weather days are often the best days for a pike angler. The cast for pike is not about delicate presentation. It's about efficiency and delivering a large fly to a target zone. You'll be using a heavier rod, so the casting motion should be smooth and powerful, not fast and jerky. Use a double haul to generate the line speed needed to turn over that big air-resistant fly. Don't worry about making a huge splash. Sometimes a noisy landing can actually attract a curious pike. Your goal is to get the fly into the strike zone, near cover or structure, where a predator is likely waiting in ambush. Practice your casting away from the water to build muscle memory and confidence. Once your fly hits the water, the retrieve begins. This is where you breathe life into the feathers and fur. The key is variety. Don't just strip the line in at a constant speed. Instead, use a strip pause technique. Give the line a few short, quick strips, and then pause. This mimics a wounded or panicked baitfish. Often the pike will strike during the pause, as the fly hangs suspended in the water, looking like an easy meal. Vary the speed and length of your strips until you find what triggers a reaction. Watch your line intently for any sign of a take. Hooking a pike requires a different technique than setting on a trout. When you feel the weight of the fish or see the strike, do not lift the rod tip high into the air. This is a common mistake. Instead, use a strip set. Keep your rod tip low and pointed at the fish, and pull back hard on the fly line with your stripping hand. This drives the large hook firmly into the pike's hard, bony jaw. Only after the hook is set should you raise the rod to fight the fish. This method ensures a much more solid connection to a powerful animal. Handling these fish requires care, for your safety and theirs. A pike's mouth is dangerous, and their slime coat is vital for their health. Always use a large rubber mesh net to land the fish. Keep the pike in the water as much as possible. Use your long-nosed pliers to quickly and carefully remove the hook, keeping your fingers clear of the teeth. If you must lift the fish for a quick photo, support its weight horizontally with one hand under the belly and the other gently gripping the base of its tail. Release it carefully, holding it in the water until it swims away under its own power. A healthy release ensures these magnificent predators are there for another day. Now go and meet the monster.